Breaking news from the NFL into the Fanfare newsfeed.
The Dolphins are hiring Anthony Weaver as their defensive coordinator, according to multiple reports. Weaver, 43, was the Ravens' defensive line coach and associate head coach the past 2 seasons, and he replaces Vic Fangio, who left after 1 season with the Dolphins to become the Eagles' defensive coordinator.
In this game of football, you hear coaches talk a lot about toughness. And to me, the toughness of a football team is measured by, 1, your ability to run the ball on offense, and then your ability to stop the run on defense. So we are determined and impassioned to go out there and make teams one-dimensional and be tough and physical at the line of scrimmage, get those guys on a second level swarming and knocking people down, because you want to make the team one-dimensional and know that you're not going to come here and push us around and try to bully us. We're the bullies. You better put the ball in the air.
Weaver had interviews for head coaching jobs with the Commanders, Falcons, and Seahawks. The Ravens wanted to keep him after losing defensive coordinator Mike Macdonald. The Ravens replaced Macdonald by promoting inside linebackers coach Zach Orr. Ravens coach John Harbaugh was asked about Weaver's status Friday.
That's a good question. He's still involved with the Dolphins defensive coordinator job, and we'll see. If he gets that job, I'll be happy for him. If he takes the job, I don't know if he'll even take it if he gets offered, but he's involved in that job, and maybe I'm speaking out of turn, Eric. Maybe I'll get in trouble. There's a league rule against this, but he'll be a great head coach. He didn't get hired this cycle, and great coaches got hired, but someday some people are going to look back and they're going to say, "Man, we had a chance to hire Anthony Weaver." I guarantee you that. They're going to say they missed their chance, and the next time around, somebody's not going to miss their chance. So that's how I feel about Anthony.
So ever since I left Baltimore as a player, I've always wanted to find my way back there. Just to, as we talked about, you want to see how the dinner's made, right? You want to see why they've been able to have such sustainable success for a number of years. It became incredibly clear once I got back within those walls. There's always been some alignment issues in some of these other organizations, and that's why they have the ups and downs and fluctuations through time. Because in a lot of ways, you have too many chefs in the kitchen that all have different ideas. When you get to Baltimore, because essentially the hierarchy area has been there for a very long time, they have a very shared vision and shared belief system, right? They know exactly what they're looking for in players. They know exactly the type of coach that they want to identify and bring in to help develop those guys. And then they know exactly how to acquire them without essentially putting you in cap purgatory. And once you see that alignment, that is what I realized, okay, this is how you do it. You find a bunch of people that ultimately care about service and want the best for the team and their guys, and then have a shared approach on how to get there, and then stick to it. Yeah, are you gonna adapt and adjust and evolve along the way? Sure, and they have, right? They've changed GMs from Ozzie Newsome to Eric DeCosta. They've had different head coaches, but along the way, the fabric of who that team is hasn't changed. They know what they want on defense. They know what they want on offense. They stay true to it, and they're always in contention year after year after year. And I think ultimately, whether you're a coach or any organization, that is what you're chasing, right? The opportunity year in and year out to not only be relevant, but to give yourself a chance to win it all.
We talk about it all the time, right? Competitive greatness, right? Can you be at your best when your best is needed? Now's the time. They can't score no more points. No more points. All right, and we're going to go score a touchdown and we're going to win. But they can't score no more points.
By now, you probably know that Anthony Weaver is the new defensive coordinator for the Miami Dolphins. I'm actually excited about this pick. This guy sounds like the type of guy that I think can take the Miami Dolphins defense to the next level. He talks about power. He talks about being tough. He talks about being aggressive. And if you noticed in that earlier clip, I'm going to play it again for you right now, he talks about building a team without leveraging and mortgaging the future of the salary cap. Got to wonder how he and Chris Greer are going to interact based upon how he sees developing a team. Check it out again right here.
And then they know exactly how to acquire them without essentially putting you in cap purgatory.
So I'm interested, what do you guys think? This is actually some good news for the Miami Dolphins. They brought in a guy who's been tutored under the best coach, one of the best coaches in the NFL. He should bring some much desired leadership to the Miami Dolphins. Would love to hear what you guys think about Anthony Weaver being the new defensive coordinator of the Miami Dolphins. It does indeed seem like he could be an upgrade from Vic Fangio. Maybe not in terms of experience, but in terms of dealing with some of these soft players on the Miami Dolphins. Let me know what you think.